Oh, hi. Welcome to my not sewing video. Oh my gosh, I put it so it chops off the top of my head. Look at that. Whoop, no top of the head. Whoop, there it is. Whoop, 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 whoop. Oh, do I want to get up and fix it? No, I really don't. So, today's mug gulping down my tea. This is my happy mug. It's what I call my happy mug. It is a brightly colored rainbowish mug that's orange on the inside. I bought it back in 2006, I want to say, on a whim when I saw it in a window of a little shop in a little town. And I was just feeling really crappy that day, and I needed a win. You know those days when you just feel bleh and you need a win? You just need something good or pretty to happen to you. I saw this mug and I was like, that's so pretty and happy. So I bought it. And so I've named it my happy mug. And obviously my tea has gotten a little cold while I've been like trying to set things up. And that's why I'm like grabbing my mug all over and some whole thing about that. Anyway. Oh, tea. Life force of tea. So I have decided that these are weird videos. I mean, we knew this. Come on. I'm sure some friends and well, you're all my friends. So I'm not friends. Ha! We're all friends. Are wondering about these videos and why they're just the way they are. And I'll tell you a little bit about why I make these videos. Just short a little bit because I know I've kind of gone over this before. Peer pressure. Really, peer pressure. I have a handful of friends who do what is fondly referred nowadays to as costubing, which is costume YouTubing. And they're brilliant at it, and they have lots to share and lots to teach. And I have been told over and over that I should make videos, and I am like, I have nothing to teach because I am horrible at sewing. But that doesn't seem to stop them from saying that I should do this. So this is me doing this with nothing to say. No, I have plenty to say. I don't know. I'm like squishing down so the top of my head doesn't chop off because I decided not to move my phone. So if I'm like this, I'm sorry. Also, I usually turn the light over there on, and so like half my face is in shadow. You know what? It's fine. You can see me, right? I can see me. Does it look weird when I like look at the camera, look at the screen, look at the camera, look at the screen? I'm going to watch this afterwards and see what that looks like, because I always wondered if people who make YouTube videos just stare at the camera the whole time, because I'm not going to lie, it's kind of boring and annoying staring at the camera the whole time. So if they do, I kind of feel sorry for them. Looking at the screen isn't that great either, because then I have to look at me, but I'm not going to lie, I'm a little more interesting than staring at the camera. So back and forth, back and forth. We will go back and forth. Okay. So I know that I am a very wishy-washy customer to watch, because I am always putting down projects and putting them in timeout and not working on them. I started the year off on a 1890s cycling sweater, which is, I can see it, it's over there in timeout, because I was having trouble with the sleeves. And I've never worked with knit fabric before, and so I just went raw and put it away because reasons. Then I started my giant 18th century Mantua court gown project, which is still in the works. But I realized that that project is going to be like a big project. It's going to be like 6 months or more, just like huge and crazy and tears and crazy and stuff. And so it's going to need to be worked on in pieces and stages. And so I need projects that I can work on while working on that one in the background, projects that I can actually finish and wear and feel somewhat proud of, if a little like, oh no, I messed up right there and there and there and there, which is what always happens, but I digress. So the project I decided to work on is this pattern from McCall's. It is a 1840s style dress that is part of a series of costumes that is done by Angela Clayton, who is an amazing costumer. If you're not following her, she's just amazing. She has a costuming blog. She tends to do historical-esque costumes. So, like, they're historically based, and then she kind of embellishes a little bit, or tends to add bits and pieces here and there that maybe are not as historical, but are fantastically whimsical or fun. I highly recommend her patterns, especially if you're a beginner or suck at sewing like me. This pattern is modeled after an actual extant dress. And if you follow my Instagram, I've been posting some pictures of extant 1840s gowns. If you don't know what the word extant means, by the way, that is just fine. It means garments that still exist from that time period. So they're 1840s gowns that managed to survive. That's what extant clothes are. Clothes that have survived from history, throughout history. Anyway, and she based it on, there's a few actually that are almost this exact same. This was a very popular look with kind of the bell-shaped skirt, and then the gathering in the front, and an almost modern boat neck there, and then these little ruffled sleeves. There were a couple of gowns that survived that had this very, very similar look to this that she based this on. And after doing some research, looking over her blog and looking over the makes that some other costumers and historical costumers have done with this pattern, I've determined that it is mostly historically accurate, this pattern. There are a few tweaks, few changes I'm going to make, which is totally understandable because the big three patterns, McCall's, the Simplicity, and the third one that I never get because it's hard. What is it? Brains! You guys, brains. I'm sorry. It's Wednesday. I mean, I know you're saying this on Friday, but it's Wednesday for me. It's like Baron Munchausen. Have you seen The Adventures of Baron von Munchausen? It's amazing. If you have not seen it, you would need to see it. It's an old movie. I'm not sure when it came out. I want to say like the 80s, maybe. It's got people when they were very young. It has Robin Williams. Oh, when he was young. Oh, Uma Thurman, like as a baby. Okay, not a baby, but super young. It's so cool. It's it's about this man who goes on these insane adventures and everyone thinks he's lying, but he's actually not. Or is he? Anyway, um, there's this part where these soldiers are on a castle wall and they're being bombarded with cannon fire. And this guy is yelling at them, "Why aren't you firing back?" And they're like, "Because, sir, it's Wednesday, sir." Because apparently they take turns with the enemy firing at each other. It's crazy, but that always comes to mind on Wednesdays when I'm like, oh, it's Wednesday. Anyway, you know I'm the queen of tangents. You know what I was when you pushed play. Anyway, so they expect a certain amount of mainstreaming in their patterns, even their historical ones. So that's why it got away. But like, so the simplicity patterns that American Duchess did have a certain amount of mainstreaming in the patterns, and that's why in their blogs they actually went through and said, hey, if you'd like to make this more historically accurate or make this specific part, the shape, a little more historically accurate, here's the changes that you can make. And they weren't huge changes. They really are not. But they, you know, if you're going for historical accuracy, there you go. I like to go for historical accuracy in the look when I can, but if it means like hand sewing or, you know, dyeing the fabric or, you know, hand spinning my own cloth or something, no, I'm not doing any of that. No. But if I can get the general look, you know, if someone from 10 feet away goes, oh, the historical accuracy on that dress is just chef's kiss, I feel like I've done good. So working on this, I have a couple friends who I was telling them I wanted to do this, and they're like, oh, me too, me too. So I'm going to have like a couple of us making this. There's a Victorian festival coming up in a few months, and we may be wearing these to it. I don't know. A little note about organization. When you are not an organized person, you end up with problems like this. What? I know. And here is the crazy thing. There is a third one of these. So I knew that my pattern was lost. Just not lost, but like it's lost. Like it's in my sewing room somewhere. I have no idea where. So I decided I would see if I could find it for inexpensive online, which I did a few months ago. And then I promptly forgot that I did that and got it again. So, and I will not count up how many times that has happened, but let's just say I have a bunch of repeat patterns that I need to probably sell. I've been looking into fabrics for this. Now, the pattern recommends silk and taffeta for the outer fabric, and then cottons and cotton blends for the inner fabrics. Now, the reason why, I'm going to put this like this because then you can kind of see it. The reason why taffeta is so great for this is because in the 1840s, they were not using hoops yet. They were using corded petticoats, and those are petticoats that have cording in them that help them stand out, and they were also layering their petticoats. Excuse me. And if you follow my Instagram, on Friday, I will, when this video is released, I will do a post on corded petticoats. I was talking about, what was I talking about? Corded petticoats. Anyway, to help the skirts stay out, oftentimes skirts were also lined with a stiffer fabric like organdy. And petticoats would also, like an overlay of petticoats would be made with organdy, like a ruffled organdy or something to help it stiffen out. And so taffeta was a great thing to make the outer dress out of, because taffeta holds its shape. So it will, you poof it out and it will stay poofed out kind of on its own. I have very little real taffeta because poor. And I have a bunch of faux taffeta. Yes. I have a bunch of faux taffeta, but it's not really springy colors, and I'm feeling like this needs to be springy. So I looked at a bunch of extant gowns and discovered that so many of them are made out of cottons. Tea. Are you all drinking your tea? Tea is just like, oh, tea. Extant gowns are made out of cotton. So I started looking through all my cottons and cotton blends. Why do I have cotton blends? Because poor. Anyways, I've been digging through my fabric a lot lately because I am going to be selling off a ton of it due to the fact that I am tired of having bins of fabric all over my house and filling up all of the storage space in my house and not being able to really use my sewing room. And even though I love every single fabric dearly, basically what I'm doing is looking at it and going, do I have a specific project in mind that I would make this year if I could? And if I can't say yes, it's going in the sell bin. Now, not to say that I'm only going to keep fabrics where I can make projects this year, but I need to answer that question, yes. So right now I have like 2 bins over there just shoved full of fabrics. And I'm, a lot of it is silk, probably because I'm afraid to use it. And also because I just don't know what to use it for, because they're not huge pieces of silk. They're smaller pieces of silk. Anyway, that is not what we're talking about. What we are talking about, random thread, is the fabric I decided to use for this project. So I have this. It's a kind of a cream colored cotton. It actually has, I'm pretty sure you can't see this hair on the video, but it actually has like the slightest hint, like the very palest hint of like, I don't know, like a peach to it. But it is so light. I don't know. You wouldn't even notice. And it's very thin. It's almost like a cotton voile, which I hope I said that right. It smelled like foil, but voile, I think, is how you say it. I don't know. Anyway, but it's like see-throughable, and so I'll have to line it. It has this beautiful embroidery section on it. I don't know if you can see that. It's embroidered with very pale alternating pink, blue, and cream colored threads. And it's all throughout this fabric, like throughout the middle of this fabric. Can you see that? Isn't that so pretty? So pretty. And then down near the bottom of the fabric, not the very bottom, surprisingly, but down near the bottom, we get this beautiful scallopy design. So it will definitely need to be lined, which, you know, you should be doing anyway. I'm not going to lie. There are quite a few of my costumes where I have not lined the fabric, and that is because the fabric was of at least a medium thickness, and I am poor and just could not see myself using up fabric to line the outfit. But I feel like you can, unless it's like a really good medium weight fabric that holds its own, you can always tell. That is a trick for you if you are new to costuming and you are not lining your costumes. That is something that really sets apart something from looking costumey to looking like an actual like historical outfit, to looking like clothes, is lining them. Back at the beginning, I didn't line anything. First of all, I thought it was a bunch of extra work, and second of all, I thought it was a waste of more fabric. And then I would wear what I made next to someone who had a fully lined garment, and mine wrinkled more easily, wouldn't hold its shape. You could tell how thin it was, and it gets that costumey look. You know those costumes that you buy in bags around Halloween? How they're just one piece, sections of fabric sewn together. They're not lined or anything, and so you can tell how flimsy they are. That look carries over into your costumes if you don't line them. So lining your costumes and interlining them it's very important if you want to have a really sharp, smart look, and you want your costumes to look not costumey. This fabric is really pretty, and I'm really excited. I don't dare give myself a date for this project to be done, but I do hope it will be done within the next 2 weeks. I just gave myself a date, basically. As an adult student who is taking exceptionally hard classes because she is hopefully going to graduate this year, I have very limited time, spare time, free time. It's very limited, and I have to plan it out very carefully. So, and as well as homework, I also have to plan time to attempt to take care of my house. Sorry. Whew. That was a bad laugh, and oh gosh. Yeah. I don't do that. What I meant to say was spend time with my oh so handsome husband and my oh so adorable puppy. Hey, George. Also, as an introverted extrovert, it is very important for me to see people and to interact with friends. And so, finding opportunities to do that is hard for me, but I also really have to make the time to do that because it helps keep my anxiety in check and my depression at bay. So, I love having friends. I'm hoping I can get someone to go to tea with me soon. I need to go to tea, y'all. I need a club or something, like a tea club, like a let's go to tea club, like a dress up and let's go to tea club. Some kind of club. I mean, it feels like everyone has clubs these days, and how in the world do you join other people's clubs? I mean, I feel like you can't just walk up and say, "Can I join your club?" I mean, I keep saying I'm sorry. As kids, it seems easy to just walk up and say, can I join your club? But as adults, that feels really hard. I don't know why. It shouldn't. And some people just have the coolest clubs. Abby Cox, if you follow Abby Cox, I'm sure you follow Abby Cox because she's amazing. This is Abby Cox, by the way. She's beautiful and just talented and hilarious and knowledgeable, and I love her. And she's my friend. She just doesn't know it yet. I have a picture of her on my phone. It is one of my prized possessions. Anyway, she has a Catherine de Medici club that every time she mentions it makes me laugh so hard. I think it's hilarious and the funniest thing ever. I need to be part of that club because that's awesome. I think I need to start a tea club, and I think I also need to find some clubs around here. Not sewing clubs, because that will make me very self-conscious. Also, I don't think there's such a thing as a sewing club. But, I don't know. Something. I need people. Do you need people? I need people. COVID has made it really hard to have people. I really like people. I really like friends. I like spending time with people. And weirdly, making these videos kind of feels like I'm spending time with people. I know not many people watch them, but that doesn't really matter to me. What really matters to me is that anyone watches them. Every time I make a new video, I check to see how many people watched the last video. That is the only time I check, and it's just kind of for fun. And I thought I'd feel bad if less people watch this one over that one, but it's really just amazement that people pay attention at all. I have friends. I don't know who you are, but I love you and I appreciate you, and I think it's really cool that you watch my videos. And I'm gonna make a really pretty dress, and then I'm gonna show it off to you, okay? So y'all have a really great week, and I'm gonna end this here, and hopefully I have some kind of structure of this dress to show you next time. Follow my Instagram, the Sucky Seamstress, if you want to see those pictures of corded petticoats on Friday. Okay, bye!